What's going on, everybody? Frankie Blackbird coming at you once again with another episode on my journey of weight loss and muscle building. On this one, we're going to concentrate more on the lower body, compound movements. I'm going to do some squats, I'm going to do some deadlifts, I'm going to do some bent over rows, probably some RDLs. And I'm just going to show you, like, it doesn't matter how big you are, man. Just start. That's the main issue. A lot of people, they're scared to even start. If you're scared to start, what I would actually do is just start with the barbell. Just put the barbell, prop it up on two chairs or something. Two chairs on one on each end, and just you'll get it from right here, and you'll pick it up like that. And that's fine. And then just add some tens to it. Add some fives. And then add some 25s, and then just climb from there. But I'm gonna get loose right now. I got the barbell with some 35s on it, and then I'm gonna stack another 35 or a 25. Um, the way I warm up and the way I do my sets is I'll do one light set, that's to warm up, and then I'll do a medium set, and then I'll go for the 6 to 8 reps on the maximum heavy side. And if I really, and then on sometimes I do a fourth set. On the fourth set, it'll either be more heavier or lighter. If it's heavier, then I'll go to about 5. I'll see if I can get like 4 or 5 out of it. If it's lighter, I'll see if I can get like 10 to 15 out of it. Especially after you're burned out after the 3 sets. I like to do I'll lower the weight and I'll just do more reps, since the muscles are already all busted up. Just lower the weight and just pull out more reps, and that'll allow more blood to flow, and it actually allow you to carry less weight, but it'll allow you to get the pump even more. So let me go ahead and get this. If you have tight knees, you'll have to start loosening them up, stretch and stuff. Like using the Smith machine for this. On the Smith machine, it actually holds the weights up. So I actually have 2 boards. I got two 2x8s, about 17 inches, and I got them there just to prop up the weights a little bit higher, like the Smith machine. And then you'll just do this, and then eventually you'll be able to lower the weight and pick it up off the ground. Feet shoulder width. I like to grab on the outside of my knees. Now with this, I do about 6 to 7. It's our warm up right there. So let's go ahead and throw some more plates on there. Probably throw a 35 on there, see how it feels. All right, guys, I put the plates on there. I got 2 35s on each side. I am a little pumped. I did take some pre-workout. I took that Psycho-Sam by Insane Labs. So I'm feeling it right now. Jitters ain't that bad. It's a good beginner pre-workout. It doesn't really give you the jitters real ugly. I used to take stuff back in like 03. It just felt like a scared rabbit in the corner, man. All right, guys, so this is probably going to be our medium set. So once again, we'll go with about anywhere from see if we can get about 8 of them, and then we'll probably throw a 25 on each side, and then from there we'll do about our 6 to 8, for our maximum, and that'll be our 3 sets. Another thing that I never understood is how people don't like being in the gym. When I'm in the gym, I love being in the gym. I can stay in the gym for like 3-4 hours, but a lot of people say it's just redundant. But is it really redundant if you enjoy being in the gym? A lot of people say it's wasting your time, but what are you really doing outside of your time? If you're not making, I guess if you're not making money, then it really don't matter. If you're not hurting nobody, it really don't matter. So, if you spend your time at the gym, spend your time doing cardio, and then spend like another hour doing your weightlift program. And if you're there for another 1 to 2 hours, just work on that also. But I found out that 2 hours is good enough, because I'll do like an hour of cardio after my workout, and I got that from Sam Sulik. You know, I was watching that guy since probably he started. Yeah, very very good bodybuilder, man. He made it big too. Very humble guy. He looks like, all right, guys. No, this is gonna be our second set. This is gonna be like our medium set. So we're gonna go for about eight reps here. Whew. All right, guys. That one was pretty heavy, but I think we can go a little bit more. So now this next one, this is gonna be our working set. This is gonna be our like 6 to 8. It might even be our 6. All right, so now we got about 95 on each side. That's 190 plus 45 on the bar. This is gonna be our working set right here. 235, then a 25 on the side. We're gonna see if we can get about 6 to 8. It really don't matter, you know. Even 5, shit, even 4. If you could only do 4, then just pick it up another set. It doesn't even matter, man. Yeah, that's too heavy right there for me. I could already feel myself starting to tense up right here with the cramps. So I'm gonna pull it down. Don't be afraid to pull it down either. That's one of the main things, man. I haven't done this in a long time. Now I usually stay away from the Smith machine. I really shouldn't, but yeah, it is what it is, man. So we'll go back. This will be our working set now. And it's all right, you know. Like we'll just move on from there. Like there's no shame. Don't feel embarrassed if you can't do it, you know. Especially if you're at the gym and you know this happens to you. I kind of knew I couldn't do it. This would be 45 with the 25 on it. This is like where I'm at probably. So it's all right, you know. This is where I'm at right now, you know. Like before I got hurt, where I messed up my knee, I used to be a little bit you know, working on 3 plates, but since we ain't done it for a long time, it's gonna push us back, and that's all right. This will tire you out. So I mean, look at me. And that's why I like doing these compound movements, especially on the Smith machine, because it'll work your entire body, and you'll pick up a sweat. And like when I was doing it, I would do bent over rows, back rows, RDLs, squats, deadlifts, and an overhead press, and it would be like all like 4 to 5 sets of each. So like on the Smith machine by itself, I would spend about 40 minutes on it. So that's our first set. We still got 2 more sets to go. So let's go ahead and get it. Your form can be off, but don't really put much into it as long as you're doing it. As long as you know to work on your form, you'll be all right. It's all about progression. You know, the only way you progress is by learning, by experience. You know, another thing about going to the gym is that it's a lonely path. This is the path of the lone wolf. You know, you might have, people to go work out with you, but at the end, this is your path alone. So enjoy the journey. Like a phoenix, the phoenix dies and burns in a flame, but then it comes back new. So that's what you basically got to do. You got to kill your old self, get these new habits, get a new lifestyle, and then you sprout anew. And it's not going to be an overnight thing, It's actually going to take some time because working out, eating healthy, taking care of yourself, it turns into a lifestyle change. And that's probably one of the hardest things that people have a problem with, is that it's actually a lifestyle. You could take the Ozempic, the Wegovy, the Retta, the Sema, the TERS, but at the end of the day, if you don't fix your habits, all that means nothing. So, like I said, it's up to you if you want to change. And it's a lonely journey, but if you fall off, just get back on. Don't feel ashamed. It's nothing to be ashamed about, especially if you fall off on a crash. Just understand you messed up, why you messed up, and then just get back on it. This is going to be our last set. So now we'll work on our RDLs. It's hot in here too, so gotta stay hydrated. Remember to stay hydrated no matter what. So we'll do some RDLs. We'll do the same thing, anywhere from like 6 to 8. Again, don't focus too much on the form. Just do it. If you're really focused on the form, take off some weight. And I got 235s on the side right now, so that's a 45 and a 25. Just focus more on just moving, getting. I say don't worry about the form, because I just want to get you used to moving. Just, it has to become a habit. The working out has to become a habit. If you got bad form, that's fine. You can always fix bad form, but you can't fix a bad habit to where you never work out. And when you breathe, try to breathe in your nose and out your mouth. Try to breathe in between reps also. That's where I mess up. That's why a lot of people pass out. They try to hold their breath in between reps. You run out of oxygen. Once again, really appreciate y'all for watching my videos and stuff. It really means a lot. I'm trying to do something for 2026. Hopefully I can get this recomp. I went from about 415 plus I'm 335 now. I'm trying to go down all the way to 225, 215. But my next goal is 315 and then 299. Trying to get out of the 300s. So I'm really trying to shoot for 299. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I've been doing this for almost 5 years, so it really don't matter no more, man. At the end of the day, it's just if you keep on going, don't give up. That's the one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to give up. Don't ever give up, no matter what anybody says, no matter if people make fun of you, you know, it don't matter. That's the last thing that should be on your mind. Also, another thing, guys, my brother's building a home gym right now, you know, so we're just trying to get the garage ready. He has there's a lot of stuff. I'll probably make a video about the transformation of that garage into his home gym. Right now, he has a, a stack loaded lat machine with a bent over pull row, um, a commercial weight bench, a Smith machine, a squat rack, like 400 pounds in 2-inch plates, probably about like 200 in standard 1-inch plates, dumbbells. I think he has dumbbells from like 5 pounds to 50 pounds. He got like 2 benches. There's a lot of other stuff. He's already working on getting some more stuff. Also, an elliptical, a treadmill he already has. He got like a lot of other stuff I can't remember. But we're going to be working on that, and we're going to transform it. We already fixed the walls on the outside. We're going to put the sheetrock, fix the roof on it, patch it all up, put a ceiling on it, I think he wants to put honeycomb lights all around, mirrors, and then just the rubber matting on the floor too. And then I'll be working out in there, so I'll transfer from here to over there, and I'll be making my videos in that gym when I don't go to the gym. All right, guys, so this is our last set right here of the RDLs. We're going to do some squats. We're just going to squat some 35s. I'll probably put like another 10 on it to make it 45. So this is the board that I got. It's like 16, 18 inches, probably by like an inch and a half. It's a piece of oak that I have bought to make some firewood out, but I just kept some of it. So I'll be stepping on this just to get that slight angle. The only problem with this one is that I'm going to have my back towards y'all, so y'all are going to have to see my big back. At the end of the day, guys, it's what you make of it. Just try to stay consistent, man. That's the only thing. Even if it's just lifting 5-pound dumbbells, like I said, that's how I started off in the beginning. Light resistance, you don't really want to jump into it. You just want to control yourself. I know a lot of y'all want to get in there and just try to go for the 2 plates right away, but just work your way up, man. There's no need to push yourself, because once you push yourself, you're just gonna get injured. Especially when you go 0 to 100, you're just asking for an injury. And the last thing you want is to get injured because maybe you gotta work. You can't work, you can't get no money, you can't pay your bills or whatnot. And, you only get one back, man. Don't burn it out. Take care of yourselves. All right, man. So I do got 145 on each side. when it comes to lifting weights, you gotta stay humble. Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. You know, you'll hurt yourself. Like I said, the last thing you want to do is hurt yourself. Take it slow. You know, that's the only advice that I can give you on that, because once you hurt yourself, you're fucked. You'll be out of commission. You know, I was out of commission for a couple months, you know, just letting my right knee heal up. I had to put a wrap on it every day and try to figure out how to keep weight off of it. But I used to work in the kitchen, so it's always a go. I've been wanting to do YouTube since like 2008, 2009. That's how old my account is. I have an original. You know, I never changed the URL name or whatever it is, so it's like all these letters and shit, letters and numbers. But yeah, I've had a YouTube account since like 2008. I think my first video was like 4 years ago. I wanted to do a bunch of cooking videos, but you ain't got a pair of tits, don't nobody want to see you cook. So I just switched that off to this. I wanted to do like reaction videos also. Now I do weight training, you know, for overweight people that want to change their lives, you know. And I do a lot of stuff, you know. Like I used to build fishing rods. I got projects for epoxy pins. I got all my woodworking equipment. I do leather. I'm actually working on a leather project right now that I'm gonna hang back here with my low slogan on it. I've been wanting to do like food review videos, reviews about I know a lot of people in my city, so I've been wanting to go to like the restaurants and do like these behind the scenes food review videos, you know, working in the kitchen. If you got any advice, let me know, man. So let me know what you wanna see. And I want to keep on doing this YouTube channel. You know, hopefully I can get able to spread my wings and travel the world. So let's do another set, man. You know, probably bang out another one with these 45s, and then we'll slap a 25 on it and see how we feel. So I feel pretty good about that. I think I'll put a 25 at the end, because at the end of the day, I like teaching, you know, especially when I was in culinary school. I had a bunch of the youngins there, you know. They would always want me to, you know, get my input, because they would always tell me like, well, how would you do this? How would you do that? And push it like this, you know. All right, guys. So this is gonna be our working set right here. I'm still new to doing all these YouTube videos. Really appreciate the 15 subs I got right now. You know, you guys are my OGs. Comment, you know, let me know what's up. Interact. Really appreciate y'all, no matter what, man. Like, we all start from the bottom. So I got a 45 and I got a 25 at the end. So I'm gonna go ahead and squat that and let's see how it feels. Now, for a lot of people, they'll tell you this ain't a lot of weight, but so I went ahead and added another 10 pounds. So now we got a 45 and a 35 on each side. This is going to be our last set. Feel these with the 45 and the 25 were kind of light, so I'm going to put just another 10 pounds on each side, see how it feels. Like I said, I was working my way up to 3 plates on the squat. We don't want to push it, you know. Let's just take it nice and slow. Don't hurt yourself. If it feels too heavy, just re-rack it. There's no shame, man. Don't ego lift. That's the last thing you want to be. You don't want to be that dude just pulling weight, you know. It could be a full rack, but you know you're supposed to be doing lats, but you're coming like that, you know. Don't be that guy. Like when I do lap pull downs, you know, the only thing that moves is my elbow, and I pull it to the back so I can squeeze that muscle. So let's see how this one feels. I got a 45 and a 25 on it. Do 10s on the board with my heels up. Down felt kind of heavy. So now we're done with that. We're done with our deadlifts, we're done with the RDLs, and we're done with our squats. Alright guys, so I got my easy curl bar with 25 on each side, plus 15 for the bar. It's about 65 pounds. So I'll be doing that for the bent over rows. I saw this one on the golden age of bodybuilding. So I do this on the Smith machine also. I usually do it with the 45 on each side, but this curling bar, I don't ever take the 25s off. I just do them like that. So my curling bar is always going to be 65. That's just the way it's always been. It's been like this. I've had it like this set up for about 10 years already. Like I said, I've been trying to do this for a long time. Just this time I'm really committed, and I'm gonna see it through. And y'all need to do the same, you know. See it through. You'll build muscle, you'll burn fat, and you'll learn something new because you'll pick up a lifestyle habit. So that's 2 sets. One more set. We're doing about 15. So bench press update. I have gone up to 250 on my bench press from 225. So I'll probably work on some benching today, and then tomorrow I'll probably go for about 255, 260, and see how that feels. And then I'll just start stacking 5s and 10s just to see how far I can get, and then I usually just cut it off there, and then I'll just go back down to doing 180, working my way up to 225. And then when I'm ready, in about 3 or 4 days, I'll come back and push, and I'll just start, you know, go from like 230, 240, and then 250, and then 255, 260, 265. The main thing is not to push it. You know, you don't want to hurt yourself. Like I said, once you hurt yourself, you're kind of fucked. That's why I like doing lightweight. I'd rather do lightweight and more reps than low reps and high weight, because the high weight to give you more of a possibility of hurting yourself even when you're older, especially when you're older. So that's a little setup that I got right there. I'll probably go and do some dumbbell curls off camera. Remember, guys, take care of yourselves. Build muscle, lose fat. Don't set a goal, set a standard. You know, that's the best way to stay in shape. Set a standard. If you weigh 190 right now, tell yourself, if I get up to 225, you know, I gotta lock in and get back down to 190, 195, 200, whatever your set goal, your set standard weight is, not your goal weight. A goal is something you reach for. A standard is somewhere where you're not gonna go above or below. That's your standard. So if you set that standard, let's say you set that standard at 200 for the rest of your life, you're always going to be at 200, and you're always going to sit about 20 to 25 pounds. So when you hit 220, 225, okay, you know what? It's time to lock in, time to eat right, start working out, start getting our cardio. Then you go back down to your 200. Now you can start playing again. You can eat a little bit more, you know, lay off, and then 225, 220 hits. Okay, now we got to lock in. And then, you know, for the rest of your life, you're just like that. At 25 pounds, 20 pounds, you know, don't count on people to tell you that you're getting big, because they ain't gonna want to tell you that just out of like disrespect, you know. So lock in, set that standard, control that standard, and you won't have to worry about ever losing any kind of massive weight, because once you set that standard, you'll be like, okay, I'm at 225, I'm supposed to be at 200, so now I gotta lock in, get to the gym, start the cardio, start the eating right, get a calorie deficit diet, and then just go from there, man. All right, man. Frankie Blackbird, join the conspiracy, fly with the murder, and I'm out.